8 years ago, almost nobody outside Morocco believed an African nation could reach a World Cup semi-final. Now, the Atlas Lions walk into this tournament not as a surprise, but as a genuine contender. And standing in their way is a Scotland side that hasn't tasted real knockout stage pressure in a generation, fueled by nothing but grit, noise, and a stadium full of belief. This is not a routine group game. This is technical brilliance against tactical defiance. Continental pride against generational hunger. One of these teams is going to leave this match with their World Cup dream very much alive. The other could be staring down an early exit. Let's break down exactly how this one plays out. Welcome back to Football Kick Theory. Today we're previewing one of the most intriguing fixtures of the FIFA World Cup 2026 group stage, Scotland versus Morocco. Two completely different football identities. One shared obsession, survival in the toughest tournament on earth. For Scotland, this is a chance to prove that years of rebuilding under Steve Clarke have created something durable, a team that can hang with the world's best. For Morocco, it's about reminding everyone that their rise wasn't a fluke. It was the start of something. Scotland, built on discipline, not dominance. Scotland don't try to outplay you. They try to out-organize you. Under Steve Clarke, this team is transformed from a side that crumbled under pressure into one that makes every opponent's life uncomfortable. They won't dominate possession against elite opposition, and they don't need to. Their entire identity is built on compactness, tight defensive lines, aggressive pressing triggers, a refusal to give away cheap space. What really separates this Scotland squad, though, is chemistry. Most of these players have shared a locker room for years. They know each other's runs, each other's habits, each other's breaking points under pressure. And that kind of cohesion is nearly impossible to coach in from scratch. But there's a real weakness here too. When Scotland are forced to control a match, rather than disrupt one, things get shaky. Against technically elite midfields, they can struggle to create from open play if their primary creators get shut down early. In short, Scotland thrive on chaos and set pieces. They struggle when a game turns into a chess match. Morocco. Confidence earned, not given. Morocco aren't sneaking up on anyone anymore. This is one of the most tactically refined teams left in the tournament. A squad that blends elite European-level talent with a defensive identity built on relentless organization. They press aggressively, cut off passing lanes in pairs, and transition from defense to attack faster than almost any side in this World Cup. What makes them genuinely dangerous is their balance. Morocco can sit in a mid-block and counter you into oblivion, or they can calmly control the ball against a top 10 team in the world. Very few nations outside the traditional elite can say that. Their one real vulnerability? Expectation. Morocco are no longer the underdog story. Every coaching staff in this tournament now builds a specific game plan to stop them, and breaking down a defense that's actively preparing for your strengths is a different challenge entirely. Still, talent, tactical flexibility, and big game experience put Morocco among the most dangerous teams left in the draw. Key players to watch. Scotland. Andy Robertson, the captain, the heartbeat. His relentless work rate and elite delivery from wide areas make him Scotland's most important player on both sides of the ball. Scott McTominay. Few midfielders in the world score as consistently for their national team. His timing in the box and aerial threat could be the single biggest difference maker in this match. John McGinn. Creativity, energy, leadership. McGinn driving at defenders with the ball is one of Scotland's clearest paths to creating something out of nothing. Che Adams. Chances may be limited against this Moroccan back line. Adams needs to be ruthless with whatever he gets. Morocco. Achraf Hakimi. Arguably the most dangerous attacking fullback on the planet right now. Pace, end product, two-way influence. Hakimi can single-handedly tilt this match. Soufiane Amrabat. The engine room. His ball winning and distribution give every other Moroccan player the platform to perform. Hakim Ziyech, a genuine game changer. Set pieces, long-range strikes, defense-splitting passes. Ziyech can manufacture a goal out of nothing. Youssef En-Nesyri. His movement in behind is constant and exhausting to track. Scotland's center-backs will be tested all match long. Tactical breakdown. This is where the match gets genuinely fascinating. Scotland's game plan. Expect a 3-4-2-1, built entirely around defensive solidity and disciplined transitions. The wingbacks carry enormous responsibility. Robertson and his counterpart need to provide attacking width while simultaneously containing Morocco's most explosive players. Set pieces are Scotland's secret weapon. With McTominay, McKenna, and Hanley all genuine aerial threats, a single corner or free kick could decide this entire match. Morocco's game plan. Expect a flexible 4-3-3, designed to dominate the ball and stretch Scotland through Hakimi and Ziyech on the flanks. Their midfield trio is built for balance. Enough defensive steel to avoid getting counterpunched, enough creativity to unlock a packed defense. The objective is simple. Force Scotland's backline to shift side to side until cracks appear. The pressing battle. Scotland press in controlled bursts, not constant waves. Morocco are comfortable playing through pressure with short, sharp combinations. If Morocco consistently break that first press, they could control long stretches of this match. Transitions. Both teams are lethal on the counter. Scotland feed off second balls and quick vertical attacks. Morocco have the pace and precision to punish a single mistake in seconds. Whoever wins the transition battle likely wins the match. Head-to-head, why this match is a true unknown. Here's what makes this fixture so compelling. There's almost no history to lean on. Scotland and Morocco have rarely crossed paths competitively, which means neither coaching staff can rely on old patterns or familiar habits. Every advantage here has to be earned fresh, built entirely from current form and tonight's game plan. No grudges, no baggage. Just two completely different football cultures meeting for the first time on the world's biggest stage. And that kind of unpredictability is exactly what produces unforgettable World Cup football. The matchups that will decide this game. Andy Robertson versus Achraf Hakimi. Two of the best attacking fullbacks on the planet, going head-to-head on the same flank. Whoever wins this duel could dictate the entire tempo of the match. Scott McTominay versus Sofiane Amrabat. Power against intelligence. McTominay's late box runs against Amrabat's relentless positional discipline. Che Adams versus Romain Saïss. A battle-tested African defender against a striker who may only get one or two real chances all match. John McGinn versus Azzedine Ounahi. Whichever midfielder finds more space in dangerous zones could end up being the most influential player on the pitch. If you're enjoying this level of breakdown, this is exactly what we do for every single match of this World Cup. Tactics, key duels, predictions, all of it. Hit subscribe to Football Kick Theory now so you don't miss our coverage before kickoff. Now, let's get into the lineups and the prediction. Scotland, 3-4-2-1. Angus Gunn starts in goal behind a back three of Jack Hendry, Grant Hanley, and Scott McKenna. All three picked for their aerial presence as much as their positioning. Andy Robertson and Aaron Hickey take the wingback roles, tasked with covering box-to-box for 90 minutes. Billy Gilmour anchors the midfield alongside Scott McTominay, with John McGinn and Ryan Christie operating just behind lone striker Che Adams. Morocco, 4-3-3. Yassine Bounou starts between the posts, protected by a back four of Achraf Hakimi, Romain Saïss, Naïef Aguerd, and Noussair Mazraoui, arguably the most experienced defensive unit left in the tournament. Sofiane Amrabat sits at the base of midfield, flanked by Azzedine Ounahi and Bilal El Khanous. Up top, Hakim Ziyech and Abde Ezzalzouli flank striker Youssef En-Nesyri in a front three built for speed and unpredictability. Three questions that will decide this match. 1. Can Scotland actually contain Hakimi and Ziyech? Both have the ability to create overloads out of nothing. Scotland's defensive shape will be tested every single time Morocco attacks down the flanks. 2. Can Morocco turn possession into actual goals? Scotland rarely hand out easy chances. Morocco may dominate the ball for long stretches, but dominance means nothing without finishing. 3. Who wins the midfield battle? McTominay and Gilmour against Amrabat and Ounahi. Control this midfield, and you very likely control the match. Score prediction. This is a genuinely close contest on paper. Scotland have the structure and sheer will to frustrate a technically superior side for long stretches. Morocco have the individual quality and tactical range to eventually break through. The difference is likely to come down to moments. A transition won, a set piece converted, one piece of individual brilliance from a player like Hakimi or Ziyech. Prediction. Scotland 1-2 Morocco. Expect Scotland to stay competitive and possibly find a goal from a set piece situation. But Morocco's depth in wide areas and their ability to manufacture chances from multiple angles should be enough to get the job done. Final verdict. This is exactly the kind of World Cup matchup that should have neutral fans paying close attention. Scotland bring discipline, intensity, and a never-say-die mentality. Morocco bring elite technical quality, tactical versatility, and genuine star power in every third of the pitch. The margin between these two teams is razor thin. One mistake, one moment of magic from Hakimi or Ziyech, one set-piece header from McTominay. Any of these could completely flip the outcome. If Scotland make this physical and chaotic, they have every chance of pulling off something special. If Morocco are allowed to play at their level, they have more than enough quality to take all 3 points. Either way, this is shaping up to be one of the most fascinating tactical battles of the entire group stage. So, what's your score prediction? Are you backing Scotland to shock the football world? Or do you see Morocco continuing their rise toward the knockout rounds? Drop your prediction in the comments. I read every single one. And if this kind of in-depth World Cup breakdown is your thing, make sure you're subscribed to Football Kick Theory. We're covering every single group stage match like this one, all the way through the knockouts. So hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a preview. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.